No, I'm already here, so oh well. Hey, when I started streaming, I didn't have my thing going. Anyway, welcome back. We are on day 2 of this Turbo Express, and I have to say, I do have some good news to report about it, because yesterday was literally pretty much all doom and gloom at the end of the stream, and I was not very happy with how things turned out for me. So let me just get some self-promotion going on real quick, and I'll catch y'all up. But yeah, it should hopefully have some better results today. Maybe. I know we're gonna make some progress today, but I don't think we're ever gonna really get this. Well, I say that, but we'll see. There might be some parts I have to wait on to fully complete this build, but I'm not too sure, to be quite honest. So let's see, we got that up, right? So we're gonna leave this up, put this back, so that can work. The cat's gonna make a whole bunch of noise. As the moment I start recording, she decides she wants to wake up and get attention. So I'll give her some scritches here, yeah. Oh. Sweet girl. Okay, so where we left this yesterday was not in the greatest of states, right? So basically, we recapped the entire board. We had experienced a little bit of trace damage that we got around. However, ultimately, when I plugged in everything again and fired her up, it was the same thing. Now, when this board came to me, the backlight would work, but I got no video and no audio. And generally, when you get no audio and no video, well, generally when you get no audio, that's kind of a sign that you might have a problem with RAM or one of the 3 ASICs or CPUs or PPUs or whatever heck you want to call them, the stuff that powers the game and loads the graphics. Maybe I had a burnt trace or corroded trace from all the electrolytic goo that had leaked on the board. I couldn't really find anything. And, I kind of just needed to step away for a little bit and take a break. And me being me, really can't let things sit for too long. So later that night, I started poking at it again. And I discovered a very cool little fact that sparked some hope and some potential life back into this project that I, in fact, did not waste a whole lot of money. Now, hopefully this should still work. Hopefully. Okay. Now, I'm going to power the unit on. I hope y'all can hear that. Fortunately, these headphones aren't really the greatest, but that's game audio. So, we have game audio, which means that the game is loading. Game audio is not coming out of the speaker, only out of the headphones. Now, these old headphones have a small switch built into them that cuts off sound to the speaker when a headphone's inserted. And the way that this one works is when it grounds out 2 pins, it sends a signal to a small IC on the board, and that IC lets the audio IC know where to direct the audio signals to. Now, I tried to remove the audio jack kind of unsuccessfully kind of started to damage it, sort of lifted a pad. So like it was just, it was not really going anywhere, and I stopped to avoid more damage on the board and did some more and just decided to do some more research. Now the research led me to the audio IC, and there is a simple test that I can do to hardwire the speaker, so to speak, and see if we can get sound to come out the speaker. Now, if that's the case, Luke over at Retro6 tells me he thinks his clean amp module, which is kind of designed for just consoles in general, but really he's only done write-ups for like Game Boys and Game Gears and stuff like that. So it'll be a little bit untested, but I think that'll be a cool mod if I have to replace the audio IC. So what we're gonna do today is we need to first remove this metal shield from this side, and that'll expose the audio IC, which is like right. I think it's gonna be like right here. Then I'm gonna hardwire down from the audio IC up here down to the connector. I think it's going to be pin 2 or pin 2 of this connector goes to the speaker. Then we'll plug it in and see if we get audio. Once we verified our audio circuit through testing and consultation with Luke, I found that you have a negative 25 volt line that gets generated to power the backlight. However, while that negative 25 volt line is present on the board, the moment that I plug the LCD in, the voltage drops to like negative 4 volts. So, hey, what's up? What's up, Felchi? Good to see you here, man. Well, welcome aboard. Hopefully we're going to not wreck this Turbo Express. And as I was explaining, we are going to actually dry fit my LCD kit with this today and see if I can get it to generate an image. Now, that being said, if I get it to generate an image and I get the audio to work, then I know that I have a problem with the LCD, which I'm not going to use anyway, so that's a good thing. So there is a chance that by the end of the day, I'll have a mostly functional unit. Now, I will say that the other thing that I did do is I did test the buttons and stuff out, like blindly, because I can't see anything, and I did determine that the buttons actually work too, and I could play the game. I could hear the character jumping around and doing all this and that. So from my perspective, I think that this is actually a fully functional board. I think that the LCD that came with it is completely dead. And if I can prove that, then I will just kind of set things aside, because I think next week is when I really planned on doing the screen mod. It's a pretty intensive process, and I really wanted to research it before I just dove into it. So that's the plan for that. Basically, we're just going to kind of do some proof of concept stuff today, and if I get the system to show video and I get the audio come out the speaker, then I'll have everything I need to know to get this working again. The other thing I did notice the other night is, now I don't know if I did this via testing or if for some reason it was just dead and I didn't notice it. However, right here on Q507, there was a transistor that was shorted to ground. It was dead. Thankfully, this transistor is actually required to be removed when I do my LCD kit. I have to literally solder the base pad here to this capacitor here. So I guess I'm providing direct, I think that's going to be a 4 volt line. It's either 3.5 or a 4 volt line to this capacitor directly. And then the kit will work. So fortunate for me that worked out that way, but we'll get that sorted. So thankfully that one died. I removed it, and I needed to remove it, and I have it still over here, but I don't even know what kind of transistor it is. If it's PNP, if it's NPN, what the stats are on it, but I still have it. So that's where we're at. So let's get this metal shield off. I think that's kind of where we need to start, and then from there we'll start getting the thing wired up for the dry fit, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, at the end of all this, we'll have something functional. Now I've got to find, just like we did on the other side, I have to find all the little solder points, like right there, for the metal shield. So basically it's going to be like, just like we did yesterday, find all these little spots here, which should directly correspond to a tab there. I know it's a little blurry, but so I think we're just going to go ahead and man, this freaking tube of shit is the worst flux ever. I swear I'm never buying this shit ever again just because of this. It never stops leaking. Never stops leaking. So annoying. Oh, I've got a big old glob of flux over here. Here, we'll just stick it on this plastic baggie, and I'll just dip into it as I need, so it's not going completely to waste. And I don't know why this stuff just continuously leaks out of that damn tube, but it does. Anyway, let's just go ahead and start dapping up the points here. I think that's gonna be one. I think that's going to be one right there. Some of these are going to be kind of a pain. I might end up having to use the automated pump, but we'll see. I hate that thing. Well, I hope your day is going good, Felch. I hope Dave the Diver is going well for you. The forest has been fun. I didn't know you guys were playing last night, or I would have hopped on. I didn't see anybody on. I just kind of was chilling out in the Mattress Club and doing nothing. I played a little bit of BattleBit because I was bored, but not really my type of game these days, to be quite honest. Alright, so there, we're going to go look for that, and then that. And then we're just going to try to pull up as much solder as we can. I didn't get to play any Zelda yesterday, which kind of makes me a little sad. Okay, that looks to be good. Now this is a spot right here. I think I missed that. Yeah, that looks to be one. It is right up against that capacitor, which is fun. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to try to get in here without melting that plastic. Should be able to do it. Might have to turn the board slightly though. Of course, this is the one with the game card reader quite literally getting in the way. Okay, that might be good. We'll give it a little wiggle. Now that's one thing I do have. Yep, completely good. I actually have a set of tweezers showing up today, and I am so excited. There's another right there. Same thing. I think we're going to go in sideways on this one. Okay, let's see here. Yes, I'm excited about a brand new set of tweezers finally coming in for me. Okay. Looking good there. Now we're going to follow it around. See a spot right in there. Now that is truly a pain in the butt, huh? Okay, so I think we're going to do the same thing. Just going to trim off a little bit of this wick. Just a little. Now I think... See, what's making this difficult is the plastic all around all of this. Okay, almost got it. Wick kind of clogged up a little bit, but we'll keep poking at it. It is kind of effective. And that should do it, with no more damage to that speaker connector that I've already kind of screwed up slightly. Now this guy's also as tight, but I think we actually have more room on this one. It's a fuse that I actually had to pull from a Super Nintendo because I somehow blew the original one. So I ordered some more of those. They'll be here tomorrow. But thankfully, the Super Nintendo has a very similar rated fuse. It's a little bit higher amp draw, so it's a little sturdier than the original, so that's not usually a good thing. So I don't want to leave it in there for too long. But it'll work for now. It'll work for now. I mean, I'm not going to do anything crazy with it anyway, so... Okay, let's see. What do we have here? I'm going to have to remove this tape. This poor tape. Dutifully holding on. Okay, got that one. That one. That one is son of a bitch. Of course, there it is, right there. Under all that epoxy, I knew it. So, the question remains. I don't want to go too crazy with the thing. Let's just see if we can get some of that epoxy off. And we'll do the same thing, just hit it with some flux, braid it. I think we should be okay. I mean, the sensitive spots right there, that big old square looking thing. So I think we can just kind of sneak in there with some braid. Okay, that might have done it. Oof. Smell a little fishy. I really wish I had an ultrasonic cleaner. Nope, did not quite get it. Almost, but not quite. So let's clean the braid out. Try again. Surprisingly, this has been pretty effective for these shield through holes, which I usually kind of don't have the best luck with just braid. But for these guys, it seems like it's working okay. Now that might have done it. Let's see here. Let's see if we get a little bit of a wiggle now. Yeah, we do. That should pop free now. It did. Okay, does the whole thing pop free? Did I miss one? So there's this side over here, but that's probably just being held on by this epoxy crap. Before I go crazy, I know it's just a big old blue mat right now. I'll show you what I'm looking at in just a second. I just kind of want to verify a few things. That's pulled out. Yeah, so either that's being held on by the epoxy right here, which is my guess. Again, this is why such a bad design choice. I hate. There we go. Okay, that popped it out just fine. So that one went a little bit easier than the main shield. Okay, so now we have both the metal shieldings off. And I think, actually, yes. That's, okay, so this should be RAM. And I'm guessing, no, that's more RAM. IC100, I think that right there, that's the audio IC. Okay, so now I got to pull up the wiki here and see what's going on. The good thing is that there's, I have to say it, audio IC100, and then that is IC100. So if we orient it like this, pin 1 will be where that little dot is on the top left. And what he's saying, I need to tie pin 1 from so the audio amp is NJ labeled U10 near the volume wheel. So the volume wheel, maybe I didn't need to pull that off. Okay. It's IC100 right there. If that's the frickin' audio amp, I'm gonna be really pissed off. What the heck? Put a audio amp is NJM2037M. Labeled U10 near the volume wheel. But this says audio IC100 pin out. Audio amp labeled U10 near the volume wheel. But I don't have a U10. So the volume wheel's this guy right here up top. So we're looking for U10. And I hope to God it's not under this crap. I don't think it would be. But because there's no board schematics, I don't really know where the fuck this thing is. Now, I'm really confused because I misread this. I must have read this too fast last night because I thought that I was going to be soldering from this, but I'm not. And I'm left wondering if maybe it is underneath this crap. I think that's power stuff, though. Now, is it over on this side? I don't think it would be. I don't see a U10 anywhere. This is all related to the CPU. God, it really would have helped if you had some photos. That's more RAM. And then on the other side, we're back to this again. Capacitors and resistors, pretty normal. I see 100, which I'm assuming is that switch. CC103 is opposite side of amp. R109 is just above pin 1 of amp. So there's R107, R108. There's R109. And then what we say it was? It was U10. Which, yes, is looking like it is under this putty crap. I'm guessing, because if I was a guessing man. Trying to be very, very, very gentle here. I don't really want to slice too far. I just kind of want to verify what I'm looking at. I don't know how necessary this epoxy crap is, but if it's covering the audio amp and Mr. Luke has gotten to it, I'm assuming it's not too important. I just dump some of that off. Getting slightly closer now. No, let's see, there's L100. And C509 right there. If this is meant for thermal, I think that's the power. So that's L100. That's a capacitor, right? This is a capacitor. He was saying R109 is just above pin 1 of the amp. So it's gotta be, right? Because this is R109. audio IC 100, but I don't see this U10 that he's talking about. It's like, this feels like a transistor, not like an IC. Where is this U10 that he talks about? I mean, this is R1. I mean, like, keeps pointing me to this, but, and that would be pin 1. That's audio IC pinout. Labeled U10 near volume wheel. No, this has got to be it. That's got to be it. It's not labeled U10. It's labeled IC100. Like, I don't understand. And it's an 8-pin, and pin 1 output is sent to pin 11 of the bottom right case. So output A. So pin 1 is sent to pin 11. So let's just do that, okay? I'm tired of mucking around. So pin 1. I'm not going to scrape away any more of that epoxy. I think whatever's underneath there needs to stay underneath there. So that's pin 1, right? So we're looking at pin 1 right there. So we're going to not soak. We'll just do this. Bring you into view right there. 1017G. Yeah, like, I don't know why he says U10. It's not U10. That's gotta be it. So I'll drop that in. Now maybe, just maybe so he's UK based, and Japan and UK had their models were called the Turbo Express, or the GT. I think it's like the Turbo GT, maybe slightly different, but I'm pretty sure the boards were the same, maybe minus the region locking. But yeah, we're using a pretty beefy tip here, but we should just want to get a little blob of some fresher solder onto that. So we're going to use some of this Kynar wire I've got. And it's pretty thin stuff, so kind of want it to, I'm using way more than I need here. So essentially, I just want to tack this guy on the first pin right there, so we don't even need that much, huh? Probably don't even need less than what I've got right now. Yeah, just do a little bit less, so we don't have so much exposed wire hanging out. The sheathing will also kind of the problem that I'm going to maybe run into is the tweezers I've got are not the greatest right now. And thankfully that will be solved today as well. Okay. You can see that. Now I need to wrap this all the way around to here. And this needs to go to pin 11. And pin 11 is right next to 12. So we are going to cut, and that'll give me enough slack to kind of move things around here. And we're going to do the same thing now. Okay, we're just going to directly apply some flux to this. I might switch up to the thinner tip for this one, but we'll see. Okay, so now just tap this in a little bit, get her kind of warmed up and flux flowing. Get all that fur away from my board there. Making some good progress though. Thinking that should be more than I need. This is going to be kind of a precarious connection, huh? That didn't work. There we go. Solid enough to test. Now. Now. Will it work? Boy, I hope it does. I hope it does. But we'll figure it out. So now, we need this guy. To plug in the button board, which has a speaker on it. Okay. I'll leave everything else unplugged because it's unnecessary. This guy's got the actual power. And I know you probably can't see any of this because I'm all off frame. It's kind of a precarious testing setup here. But anyway, let's get this on the mat so you can see. Kind of do that and that. So basically, speaker's going to be here. Here's my main board, which I should probably, just for now, stick on a paper towel. Make sure nothing else is really kind of making contact here. That way I don't really short anything out. All right, and I need a game. Will it work? I think the answer to that is no. Am I getting audio through the headphones still? Very interesting. Hmm. Okay. No, I'm not getting any audio at all. What if I remove this? Now nothing's coming through. Well, that's not good. I'm pretty sure I got the... Maybe I have the Hue card installed wrong. I'm an idiot. Let's try it like that. Yeah, it kind of helps to have the software installed correctly. So let's go redo my work here. Oopsies! Put the Hue card in backwards. Just kind of ignore that real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna reattach this little Kynar wire here real fast, and just pretend like what you saw did not happen. I am a professional. I know exactly what I'm doing.